These deconditioned sites are quite a challenge to rehabilitate, and not all of them can be rehabilitated. But a site such as this, there's definitely some potential to rehabilitate it and get some level of stabilisation on it and eventually some level of production. So for example, the first thing that would really need to be done here was to remove the livestock. So there's cattle that are grazing in here. They would need to be taken out and probably fenced out so that the area is completely destocked. Once that's done, we could look at how much water is entering this site from above, and there's quite a bit that is coming from above, so there may be potential to divert that water to some other stable location which would reduce the amount of runoff that's causing erosion across the site. So once those two factors have been taken care of, we can look at what can actually be done on this site, and it is severely degraded. So probably the first thing to do then would be to look at creating some sort of a seed bed, and that could be done by doing something like contour ripping or using a pitting machine such as a crocodile seeder, or possibly the whole area could even be blade ploughed or cutter barred, which would just about stop the runoff completely and make quite a good seed bed to get ground cover and get pastures re-established. So once we make a seed bed, obviously the area needs to be seeded. So it would need to be quite an investment in putting seed, sowing the area with pasture seed to get that rehabilitation process going. And eventually, probably the final thing is to control the exotic woody weeds on the area. If we do the rehabilitation and we don't do anything about the weeds, that seed bed will also create an environment for those woody weeds to expand into as well. So we need to eventually look at things like Chinese apple and the other exotics that are growing here. I think if all those things were done, this could be turned into quite a productive site.